All right. So good morning from Boracay, Tuesday, 21st of February. So why did I decide to move to the Philippines permanently? Many guys will come over here for 30 days, or they'll come over here for 6 months or for a year, and then they will return to the modern conveniences of America. They like the, quick customer service. They say the food's better, the laws, whatever the case may be of what the upside is of America, which I'm proud to be an American. American is a first-class country with, great freedoms in place and excellent place. I'm not knocking America by any stretch of the imagination. I really do appreciate America, and I will always visit America, and I am not a America basher. That's where I lived for 45 years, and it's definitely a beautiful country, and some of the areas are amazing if you can afford them. Malibu happens to be my favorite, but it just wasn't in my budget in this lifetime. So really, I came over here for 30 days to do a little trial run, and what happened was I immediately kind of fell in love with it and rented my place for a year in BGC 10 days after arriving. I went to Mactan, Newtown, and that seemed relatively boring and just had grand plans for the future. A man-made beach, no blue water, no white sand, and looked like a trap for senior citizens. They were trying to get me to buy a condo for 10 million pesos that rented for 25, furnished at best, which is not a good ROI for any businessmen out there. And it just looked dead. It was just a bunch of guys that were about 65 walking around with 18-year-old, 20-year-old Filipinas. And it looked amazing. And there's nothing wrong with that, by all means. I think that's an awesome deal if you can get it. But there's nothing wrong with that. And if you're in a relationship or married, and you want to be in the Cebu area, or your girl's province is near there, or she's from Cebu and wants to be near her family, Mactan, Newtown is an excellent option. But for me, as a man in his mid-40s that kind of wanted a little bit more action than one McDonald's, 3 high-rises, few restaurants, Shangri-La Hotel, and yada, 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 I was bored after 3 days. I almost booked 30 days there. I had all these plans and this and that, and Lapu-Lapu and Cebu. And then I was like, this is boring. Like, they're talking about this mall they're gonna build, and COVID slowed them down, and they're talking about how it's gonna be the next this or that. And I was like, but as of right now, this is super boring unless you're in a relationship and you wanna just hang out at the condo, go in the swimming pool, and go to the same 3, 4, 5 restaurants every day. Unless you want to go all the way into Cebu City Central. So that's what I did next. I went into Cebu City Central, and I was stayed at the Quest Hotel. I had some credit card miles from my American Airlines credit card built up, so I essentially got a free room at the Quest Hotel. Not a 5-star, but not a 1-star. It was just a decent little one right across from Ayala and the terraces and all that. No complaints on that one, really. And I was like, oh, okay. They got more food options, better. The grocery store, like at Mactan, had essentially nothing. And the one in Cebu was like legit. It was like BGC or something. They had everything. It was great. And Cebu was better than Mactan for a guy like myself. A little more action. Tons of, if you walk around Ayala as a foreigner, you'll definitely get a lot of looks and a lot of interest in yourself. At least I did. Ayala, you definitely got some attention. There's a lot more happening than there is in Mactan, Newtown, which is essentially just a thought and grand plans, in my opinion, and overpriced condos for purchase, excellent for rent, or not knocking any of these places, but yeah. So Cebu was okay. It was cool. I looked around for condos, and they seemed a little bit overpriced. I think they wanted 25 or 30 or 35 or something for little tiny condo, smaller than my BGC one, and on a low floor, probably 20 square meters. And you would get approached by beggars. Nothing wrong with that. I was homeless before, but I would get approached by beggars pretty much all the time. As a foreigner, they're going to assume that you are loaded, and adults don't approach you, it's kids. So anyways, cool, liked Cebu, good option, but I was like, yeah, there's got to be more to the Philippines than Cebu. So I went to Makati, and I stayed at the Air Residences. I had an Airbnb for 3 days, and I was like, oh, okay, you got the tall buildings. I had the 47th floor, so it's an epic view, one of the best views I've ever seen in my life, absolutely stellar. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful place. The Air Residences is not exactly a 5-star building, but it's certainly, you can get a 22 square meter there for 18,000 pesos. So I could have lived there for half of my BGC place, or a little bit more than my Boracay place. And it was certainly nicer, but it's not, you know, it's not the Gramercy or Persimmon or Trump Towers or anything. It was just a decent little spot. So I liked it, but I wasn't really feeling Makati. I don't know, the vibes were a little weird. Wasn't quite good enough for me, in my opinion. It was probably, it's hard to compare it to Cebu, but whatever the case, I didn't want it. So I kept hearing BGC, BGC, BGC. BGC is quite famous on the internet and in the United States and stuff. We know about BGC. So I took a grab in one day, and I was like, oh, okay, this is kind of cool. Not bad. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get an Airbnb for 3 days and see if I like it. So that's exactly what I did. After Air Residences, which was fine, I you know, met a girl over there. I made a video about that. I you know, enjoyed the little mall that they're trying to build across from there, with everything now opening soon. They had a Starbucks. It was fine. It was probably better than Cebu, I guess, in hindsight. Although, I don't know, something about Makati was a little bit off for me. Maybe it's where I stayed. But yeah, I checked out some places at Jazz Residences, Air Residences, Gramercy, all over. But anyways, okay, so I came to BGC. I came in that day in the grab, and it was okay. Then I came to stay there for 3 days in the building that I currently live in. And I woke up that first morning. It was a very nicely done condo, and I realized, oh, this is essentially America in the Philippines. This is like super plush, super nice. They got a Starbucks in every corner, super heavy security and cops and stuff. And I was like, okay, this is an easy transition point for a foreigner. I might as well just move here. I feel home. This is totally comfortable, totally safe, totally nice. Head and shoulders beats Makati with a bat. At least what I experienced at Makati. I know the green belts are nice. I know, you know, Rockwell, I know it's amazing, but BGC is a world unto itself, encapsulated and completely controlled, and no beggars and no Jeeps. And not that I dislike Jeeps or beggars, but yeah, it's an America in the Philippines, which is beautiful. But okay, long story short, now I'm in Boracay. Now I have places in both BGC and Boracay, best of both worlds. Well, the reality is that paying a bunch of money for a storage unit in a place that I'm never going to reside. I'm not saying I won't go stay there at, you know, where my dad's giving my sister a free place, essentially, you know, to spend time with my father or my sister, or, you know, visit America. I'm not saying that I won't do that. My passport is strong. I can do that. And I plan to do that for their sake, and because I do like some things about America. Like I said, I love Malibu, I love Santa Barbara, I love New York City. I love America. But from a cost perspective and from what I've now discovered perspective, nah, I'm not gonna live there. So this Southeast Asia, or really Philippines, in Boracay to be exact, is my new home. There's just no way. After seeing this and the price points here, I mean, you'd have to be a complete and total moron to do that, unless you have to work, or you don't have the proper finances to do this, or you are, you know, you have young children, or, you know, you feel, you know, you're 30 and you got some more legs to your career or whatever. For me, being in my mid 40s, I don't have any desire. I was so angry and so stressed, and so I just really had it with America for some reason when I was doing business and stuff, and people would ask questions, or, you know, this and that, problems and stuff. I was just so, my stress level was through the roof. So coming to the Philippines will definitely lower your blood pressure and bring your stress level way down. Now little things, I just brush them off. I don't get super upset. And in general, I just have made a decision to live outside of the United States permanently, and in the Philippines, in Boracay to be exact. And I've had enough time now. I did my 30-day run. I rented the place for a year. Then I came back for a minute, put my car and all my stuff in storage. And now I've been out here for months and months and months. I returned, and I was only gone for a couple weeks, and then I returned in early December. So it's December, January, and essentially all of February. After seeing this, yeah, I'm comfortable to go back and liquidate some things and get into a smaller storage unit or eliminate it completely, put some things at my family homes or whatever. So at the end of the day, I am just done with living, residing, permanent living. I couldn't see myself going back to live, like signing a year lease for, you know, 2,000 American dollars a month for a 1-bedroom or something. Like, it just doesn't equate. And I'm sure many other passport bros or guys that have gone to Mexico or to Thailand or to the Philippines or whatever can relate. It's just kind of like a non-issue. Like, you wouldn't even dream of it unless I was a multi-millionaire in American dollars, or I really had the finances to do it correctly. How could you possibly beat this? Look at this. For $250 a month? Yeah, sign me up. I'm straight. And not only that, let's get rid of that storage unit that's going to end up costing me that any day now, and already cost me $154 a month. I can get a big refund on that. So yeah, that just made me realize that, yeah, no, I'm content here. This clean air and this cheap beach living and BGC and all that, I'm good. Bye-bye to living permanently in America. Hello, Philippines.